running from
When niggas who say they want power, go for script, post a battle, you don't commit. But what I can do is put it on wax. You know it's lit, what we doing. East to the west, that's crossroads for you whenever we intersect. Line for line and hashtagging. It's when punks who talk like they want it, don't have that. It's for the palace, pour the chalice. I'm a king, you a chalice, it's light work. And my aura on Aurora Borealis. You know the challenge, hype me up. Nigga, I want all the value, cut it out. Cause for the record, we ain't talking songs and albums or performing ballads. Just best oratorical talent. Your swipe at me ain't valid, can't chase him. So bank on him to come and get that check. Then he puts it all in the ballot. The photo was flat, tried to climb the mountain and he broke his back. LA strip players and 6-4s with lift chambers, how you switch up. Yeah, hit us like mama, the whip's raising. Sniffing, I'm cooking, notice. Troll nigga faking, making window shop haters so serious. I'm a man that can show him this plane. And he gon' catch a fit, he can't hang with T Grizzly. I'm big gaming, the Knicks head coach. I'm putting pain in. You been on a rope, that's why you wear that speech tag. You been going for broke in game. Joey out here lighting you up, niggas playing with your name. I'm just saying.
Shit, they thought it was a game, man. Shit, catch me courtside Knicks game, man. I ain't playing, man. Yeah, that's right, look. That's right. It's the home of the 9/11, place of the Lost Towers. Welcome to New York City. Yeah, welcome to New York City. I'm from New York City. That's right. I'm from New York City, nigga.
Respect that hard.
Respect that hard. Yeah, I really like that. I really like that.
Like that.
For the birthplace of Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
The home of Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
Nigga. The home of HOV, nigga, staying in the lane.
Yeah.
Find some safe to play with. This ain't a game.
Talk to him, Joey. What they say in New York? Nah, son. Talk to him, my heart. The New York Knicks, man. The New York Knicks. If you are a New Yorker, I know you are happy, man. This isn't even a New York hat. This is actually Golden State. But you know, I gotta rock the hood up with the brim in respect for the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks might have finally ended a 27-year curse. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Coach Muhammad. This is Hoop Symmetry, and I am just here to give a shout out to the Knicks. They were actually the winners of my NBA offseason video I did a couple of years back when they put together this Villanova squad. I gave them an A+, and it's good to see after 2 years they're now heading to the NBA Finals. So we got to say it louder for the people in the back. The Knicks are heading to the finals. This is basketball on the biggest stage, and I'm just gonna talk about Knicks history because I think a lot of people don't understand the significance of this. The NBA is better when the Knicks are good, and so this was 25 years of pain, frustrations. Maybe next year, maybe we'll get them. Heartbreak, losing to the same teams, and we got closure in that. So let's talk about it so people can really understand it. So if you don't know, the Knicks were founded in 1946 and have existed since the very beginning of the NBA. So Madison Square Garden is also the most famous arena in basketball. That's where the Knicks play. And despite how everyone makes jokes about it, you know, you'll catch Stephen A. Smith making occasional jokes about the Knicks constantly. Knicks have won 2 championships in the 70s, one in 1970 and another in 1973. Those featured Willis Reed and Walt Frazier, Bill Bradley, Earl the Pearl Monroe, and guys like that. One of the more famous scenes is when Willis Reed limps out the tunnel in 1970 in Game 7 against the Lakers. That's one of the great moments in basketball history. But their last championship did come in 1973, which is 50 years ago. 50. Okay? The Knicks reached the finals again in 1994 and 1999, but unfortunately, they were unable to get over the hump. In 94, they ran up against Hakeem Olajuwon, that many know, during the years where Jordan had retired to go play baseball. And then in 99, they ended up running up against a young Tim Duncan in the San Antonio Spurs, unfortunately. And after 99, unfortunately, there hasn't been much deep success until now. However, there have been glimmers of hope. But let's talk about those 90 years a little bit more, because in the 90s, that was really indicative of Knicks basketball. This was not the prettiest brand of basketball, but it was very New York. A gritty team, a tough team. Patrick Ewing was leading them as the #1 overall pick taken in 1985. And for 15 seasons, he was carrying them, making 11 All-Star teams while averaging 22 and 11. And so the team was mean, defensive, and they had many good players around there, you know, the John Starks of the world and people of that nature. When '94, the Knicks finally got to Game 7 against the Houston Rockets, but unfortunately, they were not able to get over the hump, as I said. And then, of course, we know what happened in '99 against the San Antonio Spurs. And we also know about the iconic moments about the Knicks running into the Pacers and Reggie Miller. Unfortunately, when Reggie Miller came back and scored 25 points in the fourth quarter and held up the choke sign with Spike Lee in attendance, so that was able to have the Pacers eliminate the Knicks, which is another long-standing rivalry, as we will see a theme in there, the choke sign. And the Pacers were able to continuously eliminate the Knicks in 1995, 1998, and 2000. Even last year, the Pacers again eliminated the Knicks, so you'll see this long-standing rivalry. And those scars never healed, because then you have the Carmelo years. So around 2011, you have Carmelo Anthony coming home. So you have a kid from the Northeast who's familiar with the area coming home. With some of his other teammates, they were known as the Denver Thuggets for the way that they presented themselves, what Carmelo said on his podcast. But it was very East Coast, you know, a rough, rugged team. Again, bringing that Patrick Ewing defensive mindset feel again. And so now Madison Garden had energy again. You know, Carmelo could score. He had the swag. He had the star power. He had everything you needed. In 2012, 2013, the Knicks won 54 games. That was the most wins they ever had since the 1990s. Carmelo won the scoring title, averaging 28.7 points per game also this year. So it was a very great year for Melo. And so some people were finally thinking it could be it. Even the one voter who voted for him MVP over LeBron. Anyway, but LeBron would then be the problem. The Big Three Miami Heat was unfortunately in the way during this time. And in 2012, with LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade, they ended up eliminating the New York Knicks. And then the next year, when the Knicks came back, they were unfortunately eliminated by, guess who? Indiana Pacers again. Another iteration of the Pacers getting in the Knicks' way, with this time Paul George, Roy Hibbert, and those guys. But now, finally, after all of those iterations, we are now headed to the promised lands in Mecca. So we're making a pilgrimage. We're making Hajj, alhamdulillah, to all my ox in New York. I'm so happy for you guys. Shout out to Jalen Brunson, man. The Knicks got Jalen Brunson in 2022 after being moved from Dallas. After, you know, they couldn't really see him and Luka fitting together. And it has been an amazing move. Brunson always defies the odds, clutch player. Just a little stubby looking guy. So when you see him visually, you always keep thinking he can't keep doing it. But to his credit, he has continuously kept doing it at every single level. No matter how many times he's been doubted. I love watching the videos of his dad training him when he was young, watching his dad on the staff now, enjoying his success. I know that has to be a beautiful feeling. He must be super proud. So shout out to the Knicks. We don't know who they have in store in the finals. It could be whoever wins between OKC and the Spurs. And so we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens if Wemby's able to overcome the budding dynasty in the Spurs. It looks like it's almost like a war of attrition almost over there with so many bodies dropping. And so we'll see if the Knicks are able to do it. I'm excited for Cat as well. He's been able to find his groove in the playoffs. So yeah, man. Anyway, that's the video. Shout out to the New York Knicks. I just wanted to show all of my New Yorkers some love. You know, yeah. I always appreciate New York. New York is a center for a lot of black culture, a lot of black excellence, a lot of American culture, a lot of American excellence, you know. So talking about the birthplace of hip hop, talking about the Mecca of basketball, you're talking about a culture that is just very enigmatic of many things that are American, a very big melting pot of so many different cultures you can find up there in New York. So shout out to them, man. I'm excited to see what this does for the city. And yeah, we'll see who wins the finals. This is Coach Muhammad, and I am out.